Welcome to Living in the Magic. I'm your host, Rebecca. This is a space for soul-led healing, awakening, conscious living, and remembering who you came here to be so you can move through life with intention, intuition, and the quiet power of your inner magic. Hi, I'm Rebecca Gez. Welcome to the very first episode of Living in the Magic. I wanted this first episode to be very simple, to take the time to share who I am, why I felt called to start this podcast, and what you can expect from it when you listen in. So let's start with who I am. I'm a wife and I'm a mom of 4. At the recording of this episode, my kids are 11, 9, 6, and 18 months. So yes, life is full and beautiful and busy and overwhelming at times. I love being home with my family. I also love going out and spending time with my friends. I love going to the beach. I love museums. And I also really deeply love my spiritual work. And I deeply love working with people. I love people, and I love that I get to walk beside them in their healing every single day. Today, I'm an emotional healer and intuitive coach. I work one-on-one with adults and children. I lead groups. I do public speaking, but that isn't where I started. About 6.5 years ago, after the birth of my 3rd child and a season of real parenting burnout, I began my journey as a conscious parenting coach. That experience changed everything for me. Not just how I parented, but how I saw myself, the way I thought, how I talked and acted. It helped me really understand a lot of where I came from and how I was shaped by my own life experiences and how I was bringing that into my everyday life as a parent, as a wife, and as a human being. As I worked with parents and continued my own spiritual growth, I realized something really important. Tools alone weren't enough. Sure, when I started my parenting journey, I knew how I wanted to parent. I didn't know how to bring myself there. And tools were really important part of that process. But to really show up as a grounded, present, and loving mother and human being, I really had to go deeper than that. I really had to learn how to heal myself first. And I realized that for my clients, it was the same thing. We had to learn to understand the world around us in a deeper way, what we see and what we don't see, where we come from, the origination, not just of where we come from in this lifetime, but our parents, our ancestry, and where we come from as a soul. So I went inward. Since I was a little girl, maybe 5 years old, I already have memories of feeling this strong pull to help others, to understand the spiritual world, the unseen, the soul's journey. I had really big questions and really big thoughts. Of course, at the time, I didn't realize how big they were, but looking back, they were really big. So for almost 2 decades more, I've been learning, studying, and growing. And in the last few years, that journey has really deepened even more. As I healed, my gifts started to surface. My work evolved naturally. And so today I guide others as an emotional healer, an intuitive coach, and an energy worker. And my work now weaves together everything I've studied, the spiritual practices I've embodied, and the gifts I've uncovered within myself. Because true transformation always begins within. In order to be able to help anyone with anything, we've got to go through it ourselves. And that's what this podcast is all about. This space, Living in the Magic, will bring forth all of that to you and whatever else continues to unfold along the way, because I'm a work in progress and I'm always learning and healing and trying to continue my journey spiritually. And so I just look forward to what else and what more will come. What you'll find here are all the things I've learned and connected with, what I have vetted, and what has worked for me, my family, and my clients. I love exploring what we can't always see, angels, our guides, our intuition, and God's presence and guidance in our everyday life. I love that our soul is on a journey. It has had lifetimes before, and this lifetime is just another part, an extension of that. There's always a greater plan unfolding, even when we can't see it yet. If we can just learn to trust and have patience and to grow through what we're given, the challenges we're given, everything eventually falls into place. We will always eventually understand the purpose and lesson that is there for us if we embrace it as such. And we ask continuously, how come this is happening to me? What is this here to teach me? What is this here? How is this here to help me grow? What lesson am I meant to learn? I believe that every challenge carries a lesson and a gift to help us heal and to help us grow. And then we get to go create miracles in our lives. Because when we meet those moments with awareness and love, when we take ownership and responsibility for them without becoming a victim, we get to see magic. I believe that everything and everyone holds energy, and that nature and God offer us endless ways to support our healing through deeper understanding and connection with the earth, the sky, water, plants, crystals, herbs, candles, and the food we eat. I believe that each one of us can become our own healer, learning to protect our energy, staying grounded, aligning with divine guidance that's always available to us helps us to do that. And at the same time, we live amongst others, so we can allow them to support us, connect with us so that we can grow and heal together. I love that while it doesn't always feel this way, our mindset is our choice. It is the one thing that we really truly have control over in this life, right? It is our choice to not give up, to keep pushing, to keep searching and growing and healing. Keep doing the spiritual work and to not give up, to not take shortcuts, but to keep believing in ourselves and our journey. That is our power. So why now, right? Why am I starting this podcast now? This podcast has lived inside of me for such a long time. I've seen it, I've felt it, I've dreamt of it, and I've really waited for the right time. I had to go through my own inner shifts first. Things had to fall into place within me before they could come through me. And that's one of the lessons I've learned again and again. We can't rush divine timing. The puzzle pieces always come together exactly when they're meant to. Just like everything in life, it's a journey. So this will be a space where I share what I've learned and what I'm still learning about healing, energy, spirituality, parenting, and the connection between our emotions and our physical health. We'll explore things like healing past pain and trauma, healing inner child trauma, breaking generational patterns, ancestral patterns, belief systems, past lives and karma, angels, guides, and masters, spirits, and those who have passed on. We'll talk about anxiety, depression, and other debilitating feelings, feeling impatient, low self-esteem, feeling like life is unfair, feeling judged and judgmental, harsh, tired, or angry. We'll talk about the relationship between the emotional and the physical body, about manifesting and being in flow. We'll talk about releasing control, protecting your energy, how to set boundaries, understand chakras and breath work, frequencies and sound, our relationship with food and substances, marriage and romantic relationships, right? Partnerships, understanding relationships around us, the pure and the toxic. We'll learn how to balance spirituality with daily life and even money. All of this and more are things I have worked on, I have learned about, and I have healed within myself, or am healing within myself. I'm definitely not healed. I'm learning how to break free from what felt like invisible prisons that has strong hold over me. And now I want to help you to do that too. The episodes will be short and unscripted. I'm best when I'm on the fly. There will be some guided meditations to help you reconnect with yourself and with the divine. And then I also hope and will look forward to having episodes with guests so that we can expand our knowledge and hear from other people too. For many years, I allowed myself to hide. I was afraid. I was unsure of myself. I didn't trust myself. I believed that I was here to help other people build their dreams. It felt so much safer that way. But I have learned that I'm here to share my own voice, my own light, and so are you. I'm ready to finally come forward and bravely own what I feel, and I'm ready to share. And so if this podcast does one thing, I hope it helps you listen to that whisper inside, the one that's been calling to you quietly and patiently, and give you the courage to follow it, because you are magic. You've always been magic. This is just about remembering that, reconnecting with it, and living from it. It is time for you to live within your magic, the magic that is already and has always been inside of you. So welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm Rebecca, and this is Living in the Magic. Thank you for joining me here on Living in the Magic. May you carry what you've received into your day, into your heart, and into your life, walking forward with more clarity, connection, and trust in the magic that is within you.